Hey everybody, Barry here again. More junk! Let's take a walk around this thing really quick and see what we're into here. This is a cat eye Chevy. I don't know what year it is. 05, 06 probably. It has a V6. It is four-wheel drive. And it's the basic of the basic. And that's what I like about it. It's missing a part back here, but I can't quite put my finger on it. Let's see what year it is. Oh, it's actually an 03. Oh, first year for the cat eye. How cool is that? It is no power locks, no power windows, no power seats, no options on the steering wheel. That's actually a really cool looking wheel. I really like that. It's just a bare bones minimum floor shift transfer case. No options. Besides air conditioning and really a four-wheel drive, but nothing serious anyway. It's got a lot of snow on it, so I'm going to try and shovel off what I can so the floor doesn't get absolutely soaked within like 20 minutes. But I'm going to scrap it. There's a lot of really good parts on this truck. I'm going to take all the cat eye stuff anyway, anything that's any good, because at some point I probably will build a cat eye. Or if somebody slams into the front of my Cadillac, then hey, I guess it'll be a cat eye Chevy-lac. So I'm gonna go put it up on the ramp, and the first thing I'm gonna do is try to get those body mount bolts out, because I'm gonna be using this cab on the Desperado, and it'd be nice to know if the bolts are gonna come out. The cab itself is not like great, but not horrible. Those rockers were replaced. They will be replaced again. The doors I won't be using, even though they're actually in really nice shape. Top to bottom, they're really good. The back of the cab is actually beautiful. No rear defrost, no extra wiring, no junk. Remember that thing I said about not getting the floor soaking wet? It didn't work out. It really didn't. And also, scrapers aren't supposed to scrape your car. They're just supposed to scrape the snow off of your car. But it's a green Chevy. I probably did it a favor. At least now somebody will repaint it. I'm not actually sure why I put it on the lift. I don't think there's anything I need in underneath. I need to take the front, yeah, okay, I need to take the bolts out. I said that. And I'm going to take the starter off for Ryan because he lost the starter in his truck. And this is a V6 like his truck. Body bolts. Body bolts, body bolts, body bolts. Let's see where they are. That one actually looks decent. Off to a good start. That one's missing the bottom part. I bet it was bouncy. That one, well, the floor is actually really nice around these. I like it. It's not bad at all. It needs inner rockers. We can see that much anyway. So I can kind of put it, yeah, it needs those. But the cab mounts themselves actually don't look too bad. And I have a bunch of cab mounts left over from the Cadillac frame. Like this bottom part's right here. So that's cool. I'm gonna go take those bolts out. And then I guess we'll probably start taking the front clip off this thing. Because I'm not going to be using that front clip. So I'll have that out of the way, and it'll be less work to do when I'm ready. One thing I love about this truck is it's pretty much rust-free. Like, really not that bad. Just a little bit of sanding and painting, and it'll pretty much like, this is SEMA quality. What a mess! I just had to squeegee rust and water out that became Chevy mud. I think I just made up a term. Webster, here we come. Yeah, I think I might take some of this stuff. That came out. That's not doing so great. But they came out, and the only bad spot that I can see really is close to the cab mount right here. All up here seems pretty good. I'll wire wheel all that, put in new inner rockers, new outer rockers. I unbolted just stuff, ground. This big cable right here, I guess GM was like, 6 bolts is probably not enough. We're gonna need a cable to hold this thing on in the event of a rollover. Maybe it's a ground strap. It doesn't seem very ground strappy, like that's pretty heavy. The starter isn't connected to the cab, so why? This stuff here is good, transfer case is good. I do need to undo. It's right there. That little thing up there, that's for the shifter. I need to undo that so that I don't pull the transfer case up with the cab. But for right now, I just got a water drop right in the forehead. For right now, I think I'll pull off the front clip because I can't get the forward, well, rad support body bolts out. I can't get those out until the rad is out of the way, until the rad support is out of the way. So that's next. Let's pull some stuff off. I can't believe I actually forgot to tell you. Canadian Tire. I never buy anything there full price. So when things go on sale, I'm like, hey, I can buy it now. Craig was scrolling down through the app the other day and he's like, look what's on clearance. Regular price, 179 beaver pelts on for $35. So that's an amazing deal anyway. That is assuming that the regular price actually was $179. Canadian Tire can be a little bit fishy that way. But anyway, it's this thing. This is a gimbal. I've never used one of these before. It is very, very cool. It's heavy, but it does things like stabilizing and Bluetooth charging, wireless charging. And I can move it around with this. I don't want to turn it on because when I turn it on with no phone, it goes, and it kind of freaks out. So I don't want to break it. But this is super cool. It's made by Moza. I don't know who that is, but I'll do a 10-minute review on this thing at one point, I'm sure. And it also has a spot here for a tripod and a spot right there for a tripod. So that's pretty sweet. It's very heavy. It's very well built. And I only just got it charged up, so I have to figure out how to use it, but we'll see how it is. If I can figure out how to lock it so that it doesn't rotate when it wants to stay in one place, and when I rotate my hand, it doesn't want to rotate. So I got to figure out how to fix that so I can actually physically turn it myself and not have to use a little joystick thing. Like, I really like video games, but at some point it's probably too much. But that's going to stop all this shakiness that I get because I shake a lot, because I drink like 6 cups of coffee a day. That's another story for another day. Oh yeah, and it came with this super cool case that protects it in the event that I will drop it, because it may be self-stabilizing, but it does not have airbags. And it came with stickers, which is like super cool. And here's the tripod, like a flower petal tripod or something. So you can put that there, screw it on. And it's surprisingly really, really cool. So I'm hoping that it's going to stop the jitters that I get sometimes in my videos. I actually had to come over here in the mirror, but like, look at this. That is actually insane. I can rotate it all the way around. And if I turn it, it turns. We already know that, but look at this thing. Oh, it freaked out. Whoa, calm down. But it's super cool though. I gotta get used to this thing. And I can rotate it with my thing. I like how it stabilizes. That is super cool. Is it still ozone depleting if the R134A gets released indoors? I'm not asking for me. I'm asking for somebody else. Anyway, so the thing was out. It was empty, as you can clearly see. I have the radiator unbolted. I'd rather not release all of the delicious Dex Cool inside, so I think I'll leave the radiator hooked up and just kind of pull the support out from it under it. I have the support unbolted, which I couldn't do earlier because it was stuffing away, so that's done. PCM tray and all that is right there. I'll leave that as is. I'm going to unbolt the fuse block from the inner fender. And then whatever's on this side, I'll unbolt that from the inner fender also. And yeah, we're getting there. I gotta unbolt this battery tray, or, well, not battery tray, but airbox tray. Making some progress. I'm a lot more comfortable doing this now than I was when I had the Cadillac in here. Never touched it before. And now it's just like, my method is just kind of take out bolts until something falls off. If it doesn't fall off, it probably still has bolts in it. So that's something to live by. Yeah! Great! Also, the red support tried to cut my arm off. I can't show it very long because YouTube will demonetize me, but anyway, whatever, no big deal. Yeah, we have Chevy. We have single cab. Just a cab now. I'm going to take apart some of this junk here. This, pull this off, that, leave it with the engine so that I can take just the cab and the wiring and the necessities. I'll cut this stuff here off. I'm not going to be using ABS because ABS is for people who like to be in control all the time. And that's obviously not me. I don't know if this AC compressor will fit on a V8, but I very much doubt it. I just didn't know if maybe the V8 used a bracket that this could bolt to. I don't know. New shocks. New shocks are cool. I don't know if they'll fit the Escalade, but I bet they will. So that's pretty cool. I wonder if coilovers would fit here so I can get rid of the twisty bars. That'd be kind of cool. Cab's in very good shape. It's very good. Down here is a little bit like crisp, like there's paint coming off, but it's still metal. Behind here is very nice. Oh, quick update on color. I have always wanted a truck that used the 1940s and 50s color robin egg blue. The paint code is 24. It's funny, it's a 2-digit paint code, 24. And it's a GM color as far as I remember. It started in 1947. The Fat Fender trucks, I can't remember exactly what they were called. It was before the Task Force. It was one before mine. Somebody chime in here and tell me what it is because I cannot remember. But yeah, it's a robin egg blue, and it's like a blue-green color. So it's very, very nice. It's very light blue, but almost green. Just hit the Google thing and look up robin egg blue. And I think that might be the color that this thing is going because it's beautiful. I was talking to Matt Fifield today. He suggested or brought up maybe painting the roof white, which would be really cool. Like the roof, the A pillar and back on the B pillar, or maybe just the roof and the B pillar and leave the A pillar blue. I don't know yet, but we will see. I priced it and it wasn't too bad at all, actually. It's much cheaper than a lot of the newer colors because there is no metallic in it. It's just basically blue and white with probably a tinge of green. I don't know how paints are mixed, but I don't know. Anyway, I don't know anything about it. I can imagine this thing, but I guess the door would have to be painted. The top of the door would have to be too, so I'll have to figure that out. I don't know. With the cladding and stuff, I think it'll look really nice. I'm going to be leaving the V6 in this, and if anybody wants it, like if anybody actually wants a 4.3, you're welcome to it. I'm going to keep the transmission because I expect that I will be going through a lot of those. But the 4.3 itself, it ran and drove directly to the place that I bought it like 2 weeks before. So it's definitely not going to be seized up, and it ran amazing. The guy took it off the road because the frame was cracked. So, like, seriously, if you want it, unbolt it and take it. I don't want money for it. I would feel bad charging somebody for a 4.3. I actually thought about bolting a turbo onto this and just putting it right to the floor and blowing it up with no wastegate on it. But then I was like, that'll be like 5 or 6 hours worth of fabrication, and I'll probably end up ruining a good turbo. So I'll save that for some old junky 4.8 or something. Everything that's on the inside, along with the doors, I'll be leaving on this so that it is weather tight. All these parts here I'll put out into the back of the Cadillac or something like that, because I don't want to leave it on the floor here in the shop. And maybe I'll take the PCM and the fuse block and put those inside just to keep them out of the weather. Everything else, I really don't care about. I can't believe it's working. It's actually working. I didn't twist off one bolt, not one. That's unheard of with a Chev truck, isn't it? That's great. I'm very happy. And quicker than I expected also. I think we're less than a half an hour with this video now. That's different for me when I'm working on junk. Usually the first 15 minutes is me blabbing on about how I'm not gonna have a very long intro this time. So I'm all done here for tonight. I'm gonna go home and get some supper because it is 8 o'clock in the night and I haven't eaten since 11:30 when I had 4 slices of peanut butter toast. So that's my nutrition right there, is peanut butter toast and like a whole pot of coffee. Yeah, Desperado parts are really, the collection is starting to get excessive now, which is really exciting. I know I've been doing a lot of scrapping in the last couple of weeks, just like taking parts off, buying trucks, all that stuff. But that is how we do it for very little money. I buy $50, $100 trucks, a couple $100 trucks, scrap them, take what's good, put it in a pile. And hopefully when I start, it's going to be very fast going back together. Now with the frame, I think I may extend the frame by 3 inches so that I can make up the wheelbase for a single cab short box truck and not have to go cutting body parts up. So that's going to be relatively quick, but it'll be a full video of me grinding down the frame, cutting it, welding it longer, and that'll be something that's new to me too. So I'm all done here. In the next video, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'll figure it out. I got a week. So thanks for checking out the channel. Thanks to my YouTube members and patrons. If you want to check out my Patreon, it's patreon.com/stationroadratrods. YouTube members link is down here. And thanks for watching. Have a great day, everybody.